धर्म पे नजर उठाए जो उनको हम ठोका करते.
They call Muslims derogatory names and threaten them. Indian Hindutva pop has made people turn violent against Muslims.
They played these songs on the DJ systems with swords in their hands.
Some of these popular songs call for their killing. I have travelled to Uttar Pradesh, the most populous state in India. Here I am meeting some of these singers of this dangerously insightful phenomenon which is being called Hindutva pop. This is Sandeep Acharya, a Hindutva pop singer. He's aggressive, rabble-rousing, and his hateful songs attack one community in particular, the minority Muslims. He is very popular. His songs have had millions of views on social media. And this despite YouTube taking down his channels for hate speech.
According to their terms and policy, it is hate speech. A lot of my channels have been suspended, but our reach is very high on the platform. So once it is taken down, I make another channel.
Sandeep was born and grew up in the Hindu holy city of Ayodhya, on the banks of river Saryu. This temple town is considered as the birthplace of Lord Ram, the warrior god revered by Hindus. Every year, hundreds of thousands of devotees come here to make pilgrimages. The town also has a checkered history over the dispute over a piece of land. In 1992, a mosque called Babri Masjid, which was originally constructed during the Islamic Mughal reign in 16th century, was demolished by Hindus who believed it to be the site of Ram's birth. This triggered riots all over the Indian subcontinent. The site has been a flashpoint of continued religious tensions between Hindus and Muslims. And this has shaped Sandeep's ideology.
In 1985, my mother was hospitalized and needed blood. There were no blood banks. You matched the blood and got a transfusion. My mother told my father to not get blood from any Muslim. That's how my family is.
Even at the cost of her life?
Yes, that's how she thought, and we imbibed that.
Tonight, he's the star attraction at a fair in Ragadganj, a dusty village on the outskirts of Ayodhya. People have travelled huge distances to listen to his songs. I heard Sandeep rabble-rousing as the authorities remained a mute witness to what amounts to hate speech. You have a song with lyrics which says, "Abdul uncle, you are a tenant in this country. Why should we tolerate your presence?" Why do you think Muslims are tenants in India?
My thinking is when India was divided on religious lines in 1947, then I don't think Muslims should have anything here. They've been allowed to live here, but they're now increasing their population, want to divide India again, and are sitting on our heads.
Singers like Sandeep and their radical songs have consequences. In 2022, a communal riot broke out after a Hindu religious procession turned violent in Khargone in Madhya Pradesh. Hindutva pop and sloganeering was heard on loudspeakers before an incited mob turned violent. Many Muslim homes were burned down and shops were looted.
It was around 7 p.m. 50 to 60 people came running. We just lifted our children and ran to save our lives. They said if we don't, they will also burn us. Our houses and shops were burnt. All my savings gone.
They were playing these songs on the DJ system. When they saw the mosque, the crowds stopped there, played the songs, and started dancing. They had swords in their hands. I packed up everything and left for my home. The next thing I know was that the rioting had started.
Do you take responsibility when an untoward incident like a riot breaks out after your songs are played?
The era has ended when Hindus could be fooled. Whoever does not accept this India can leave the country. If you attack us, we will attack back. It is an eye for an eye.
These songs have an impact on young minds. Rakesh works at a shop in Ayodhya and has a meager earning. He is a fan of these songs.
When a Hindu listens to the song, there's a new energy and excitement that develops. It's like if you watch something for hours, you go into a trance. You'll listen to the words repeatedly and understand the core essence.
In Lucknow, the state capital, we meet Prem Krishnavanshi, whose songs also have millions of views on social media. Here in a studio operated from a basement, he records most of his tracks. The record owner says the business is booming as the songs become viral on social media platforms. Prem uses the same sharp language and vitriol.
धर्म पे नजर उठाए जो उनको हम ठोका करते.
One of the songs that asks Muslims to go to Pakistan is notoriously famous.
हिंदू का है हिंदुस्तान मुल्लो जाओ पाकिस्तान.
There are 57 countries for Muslims, so why is India not for Hindus?
Prem Suryavanshi had humble beginnings. He grew alongside Muslim neighbors in a densely populated illegal colony in the state capital. He is a postgraduate in computer science, but the lack of a good job made him experiment with his other passion, music. He took inspiration from Sandeep Acharya, who was by then already a star of Hindutva pop.
Sandeep is like my brother and my guru. Before I met him, I did not know the meaning of Hindutva, the meaning of being a Hindu. I had Muslim friends, but then I saw things clearly.
Prem writes his own songs, and some of his ideas come from prevalent misinformation campaigns that he gets as forwarded messages on WhatsApp.
What's the harm in saying the truth? For example, there's a shuling in Mecca and Medina. Now people ask why you write such songs. Just ask the people in history.
Do you think there are Hindu gods in Mecca?
Absolutely, there's a Shiva temple.
When did the Hindus first reach Mecca?
I don't know all that, but they are there.
Prem meets with his friends regularly. All his friends are educated and currently unemployed due to the dearth of jobs in the market. They also form his ardent fan base. One theory suggests that disenchanted youth tend to lean towards divisive politics and the right-wing hate-mongering.
Minds of Hindus, okay? And you have to
Professor Apurvanand teaches at the University of Delhi.
For this case is used because it normalizes violence, it glorifies violence. When such songs are played and tolerated and enjoyed, then young people and not so young people think that this is something one can do. Why only in imagination? It can be done in reality. And they do lead to actual acts of violence.
The rise of the Hindutva pop is parallel to the rise of Hindu nationalism in the country in recent years. Both Sandeep and Prem have links to the BJP through a vigilante group founded by the hardline Hindutva monk who is also the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath. They are said to have enjoyed his political patronage. But Anila Singh, who is a BJP spokesperson, denies any responsibility.
It's always hard to Now, some of these songs use derogatory words for the Muslim community. The ones that I heard myself at a religious event called for killing of Muslims. Now, why are these singers who belong to Yogi Adityanath's Hindu Yuva Vahini not booked already for hate speech?
Bharatiya Janata Party doesn't have any space for any sort of hate, and we do not encourage it. So, if such songs has been sung by certain singers and some people think that they are very derogatory and they are very harmful for the peace and harmony of the society, they should go ahead and they should file FIR against those singers.
Experts believe this is far from the truth. Shahira Naeem is a journalist and has been observing the phenomenon for a long time.
Now the pot is boiling all the time. All the time it's boiling. So the tension is in the environment. It has reached everywhere. It is manifested in schools, in universities, in campuses, among youth. Worst part is that the government is ignoring it. They're looking the other way. There are laws to prevent it. There are laws to check it. But if you leave it, then tomorrow we are sitting on a, kind of, it is like a tinderbox.
As the rise of Hindutva pop goes unchecked, it continues to widen the gap between Hindus and Muslims.